warm welcome.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Be blessed, be productive, and always work hard. Good morning. I appreciate you and I'm grateful for you guys taking the time out of your Saturday to come out and be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. But I promise you by the end of this talk, you'll walk away knowing two things. The first is how one act of faith can change your entire life. And two, that we are stronger when we embrace help. So I grew up the youngest, the baby, little Drew Boo, little Drewy, of 5 children in New Jersey. And for most of my life, I grew up in what people would consider a traditional 2-family household. My mom, a teacher and an educator for over 30 years, and my father, who was like the most musically inclined person that I've ever met. They both carried me through the most difficult times of my life. Now, some people would say, when it comes to music, that he could play by ear, but he was more than talented. He's gifted. Not only is he a gifted musician, he's also what the church folks will call an anointed man of God, a pastor. But for my siblings and I, they were the mirror on which we saw our reflection. And to be honest, they were also the bones on which I sharpened my teeth. These two people instilled in me that I was favored and blessed, and that in order to be successful, I needed to keep God first, to be productive, which means to be purposeful and intentional, and to always work hard. So you can imagine, coming from such a positive and encouraging household, along with the support of my 3 older siblings and my older brother, I looked at the world as like my oyster. I had no doubt that if I was productive and worked hard, that life would always be all right. But it turned out life had other plans. And when I was 11, that cozy world that was created for me was shattered on Christmas morning, when my parents sat us down and they told us that they were getting a divorce. The world as I knew it was no more. What am I supposed to do now? Facing the adversity of my new reality in Virginia, it was challenging. But one thing that was embedded into my character that I'll never forget was cherishing everything that was given to me. For I knew that everything that was given to me was purchased with a price. You see, in New Jersey, it didn't really matter what shoes you wore if you had the newest Jordans that dropped the past Saturday. But I remember my mom, a newly single woman with 5 mouths to feed, doing her best to protect us from the realities that came with leaving a 2-family income household. She was trying her best to come up with enough money for back-to-school shoes, because everybody knows for back-to-school, you gotta make a good impression, right? But if it wasn't the school shoes, it was the basketball team shoes, the football cleats, the church shoes, or even just shoes that I thought were cool. But although I was the youngest child in the home, I understood and empathized with my mother's struggle. I knew that everything had a price. But at this point, I could never really find a solution to the shoe crisis that plagued our household. Until the summer of 2011. It was my freshman year of high school. One day, I was sitting there and I was doing homework, not even thinking about shoes for once. And as clear as I'm talking to you all today, I hear a voice say, "Why don't you clean or customize or repair someone else's shoes?" Now me, a 14-year-old boy born and raised in the church, I wasn't frightened by what I heard, but I still questioned it. And again, I heard what I now know as the voice of God. He told me, you can take these profits and get the shoes that you want. Also take the burden off your mom. Immediately, someone say immediately. Immediately. I knew that this was not just the solution, but the solution to my problem. The next question became, where do I start? Clean shoes. I don't even have shoes to clean. What products would I use? Will people even trust me? Do I even trust myself? These are all the real questions going on in my head at the time. But the second part of that quote, be productive. So I started to be intentional. I learned everything there was to learn about sneaker cleaning. And by the time I was 16, I'm known as the best sneaker cleaner, customizer, and restorer in my city, Woodbridge, Virginia. I even got my sneaker collection up. But I never forgot the valuable lesson that I learned as a young boy, that everything has a price. So instead of spending all my profits, I began to reinvest my profits back into the business. And at this point, I'm around 17. But I've grown up from the kid who used to struggle to keep up with the trends to now being the kid who now sets the trends. Yeah, I was setting a little bit of trends, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. But although I'm a little bit financially independent as far as my mom allowed me to be, I was still struggling internally. And although I was confident on the outside, on the inside I was still an insecure 17-year-old teenager whose world was rocked to his core, who thought that by filling it with material possessions that it would somehow fix it. But when it didn't, I did exactly what any teenager would do. I rebelled. I got into some trouble in Virginia, and before I could form a plan, my godparents and my mom decided to make a plan to move me to New Hampshire. But that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. You see, my uncle, who's my godfather, he's also a military man and a man of faith. Y'all remember when I said earlier that my foundation was firm with a little bit of room? Yeah, life now is just firm with lots of genuine love. I was being called and pushed to a new height. The desire to make my godparents proud and my parents proud, it pushed me to work even harder. The more they pushed, the more I grew. My focus was school and continuing to build my business. But y'all don't think I left the cleaning business in Virginia, did you? I brought that to New Hampshire for sure. But by 2014, I formulated a stable product that was used on every single shoe that we serviced. My brother called me, he told me, he said, yo, bottle up the product and sell it. He insisted that it's already proven and it worked. But for me, he kept telling me there's no reason why you couldn't sell it and add value to your business. But mind you, I didn't even think I still had a business. I thought I just had a hustle. So I took his advice. Then I was productive. I worked hard with all the necessary steps to sell the cleaner at pop-up events, buy-sell trade conventions, and even started to ship the product worldwide. My hustle was really starting to feel like a full intentional business at this point. But during this time, I still maintained a traditional 9-to-5 and sometimes a 9-to-9, because even though my dreams were becoming a reality, I wasn't just trying to build a business. I wanted to leave a legacy. But it was during this time of relentless hustle that I met one of the first of many people who took a leap of faith in me and became a pivotal member of my community. I was assistant manager at Finish Line, and my now mentor and brother, Marvin Collins, gave me an opportunity of a lifetime. In 2017, he became my business partner, and we opened up our first shop together in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Yeah, this was huge. I mean, this was huge for me. We completely monopolized the market. There was no one else outside of a cobbler shop who provided what we offered in the whole state of New Hampshire. Sometimes in life, you just need one person. Just one person who believes in you and sees the value in you that you possess, even when it's not as clear to you. This experience was a major blessing, and not only to me and my family, but to the community that we served. Crazy enough, I knew that there was still more in me. I knew that my desire to dominate the sneaker cleaning industry would help propel me to my true purpose. But who knew that it would be the gift of music that would be the thing to help me expand my sneaker company business to the West Coast. I placed fourth out of hundreds of people at a music competition in Boston, Massachusetts, and had the opportunity to fly to Los Angeles to meet one of the head A&Rs of Dreamville. Now that's J. Cole's label for anybody that might not know. I packed a bag for 3 days and 3 nights. I brought my bottle of cleaner and business cards to promote the shop. Y'all know I was not about to come to LA without my business cards to promote the shop. March 3rd, 2018 was the day that I landed at LAX. Now hear me, it was a Saturday, and my meeting with Dreamville was that Sunday night. And my flight back to New Hampshire was supposed to be that Monday afternoon. With my eyes wide open to the new world, far, far away from New Hampshire, I found myself getting off the plane at LAX with very little money, but with a very big dream. I didn't even stay at a traditional hotel. Now you would think the contest would at least pay for me to stay. J. Cole got a little bit of money, y'all. Nah, it's all good, J. Cole, we love you. But I ended up staying at a little Airbnb. But like I stated before, all it takes is just a little bit of faith. Because my act of faith to go to LA and that little Airbnb will be the reason why I moved to Los Angeles. That Saturday night, I met Darius McCrae, that's Eddie Winslow from Family Matters. And I also met Maserati Jay. They both blessed my life. I ended up cleaning 27 pair of shoes in 2 days before my meeting had ever even took place. Mind you, my shop is still open in New Hampshire, but we only did about 30 to 40 pair a month. And I just cleaned 27 in 2 days. That's all I needed. Wrap it up. That round trip ticket, yeah, that was a no-brainer. It became a one-way. I decided to stay in LA. No complaining. Ain't no need for me to go back. And what started off as me being Drewski Repairs, with me being the focus, as me being the owner and me being the operator, it became Solehue, where we save souls. By closing the other locations, we streamlined operations, resulting in exceptional profitability, with sales surpassing multiple six figures and hitting close to $1 million in gross sales since we opened in June of 2019. We've employed over 35 staff members and have partnered with Sprite, BET Experience, NBA 2K, and Power 105.1. Odell Beckham Jr., Soulja Boy, Usher, Yo Gotti, and Marcy Martin are just a few of our clients. Now, I want to talk about the future that includes you. No longer is the goal to just solely be the best. Our mission as Solehue is to partner with others who are just like me, specifically children who know that they are blessed, who are willing to be productive, and who want to work hard. People who are passionate about sneaker culture, our sneaker culture, and hungry for a purpose and working towards an opportunity. Solehue Academy is that thing. It's the Solehue way of providing other people the opportunity to make their dreams a reality. You see, I just wanted to stop asking my parents for shoe money. So I took a leap of faith and tried to clean other people's shoes. I took a leap of faith and was presented with an opportunity, and I ran with it without ever looking back. The best part about this is that each one of you can do it too. If you have a dream, whether it is to join Solehue Academy or to start another business, bet on yourself and seek out a mentor and a community to give you a hand up. Now, if you don't mind, repeat after me. Be blessed.
Be blessed.
Be productive.
Be productive.
And always work hard.
And always work hard.
God bless. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
All right, let's give it up for Drew Green again for that.